Your mom died, your dog died, your dad died. It's all sad so far. You bought a new car, you bought a new house, you got married, you got divorced. Dumplings. Dumplings is the answer. 哦，你以为会有人教你啊 ？No, no, 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 no. There's no one going here. Let me show you how to. Fuck no. Are you gay? No one in a Dongbei family goes. Let me teach you, my son. 对，下午好，欢迎来到喜剧派。Today we're going to talk about categorically one of my favorite foods. We're going to be making dumplings today. Now, why are we going to be making dumplings? Because it is a conversation that's really close to heart for a lot of Chinese people, but especially Northerners. We're going to make a couple different fillings, as well as our own wrappers, and we're also going to use store-bought wrappers. We're going to walk through some details, some traditions, so you can have a very good idea of where certain things do and don't matter across this process. Because at the end of the day, it's not about doing it right. There's no such thing as correct dumplings or correct food. So, enough bullshit, let's get started. We're gonna make our wrappers half with a machine and the other half with my bare hands. Purely for the purposes of proving a point. It makes no difference. In here is 一斤. What is 一斤? You guys should know by now. And we're gonna put 半斤水 in here. There we go. And because I have a point to prove, I'm gonna do a portion in this bowl as well. Here's the thing. Chinese kitchens are tiny. They're small. And we don't have the counter space of, bigger kitchens that you would find in the West. So most people, grow up making doughs inside bowls. Once you have this, 面絮, you will clump it all together and start kneading in the bowl. One of the worst parts is it really hurts your wrists after a while. So if you feel that, just lift the bowl onto its side so you can get more purchase on it like this. And another great thing is you don't actually have to knead it that much at this point. You can't beat the crap out of it right now, or you can wait about 15-20 minutes and then knead it a second time, and it'll be a lot easier on your wrists. I recommend the latter rather than the former. Slap it on the counter, drop it, and let it rest. Wow, that was perfect fucking timing. Check that out. Now my dough is done over here. Because I let this ride in the machine, it's come out perfectly smooth already. So I'm gonna leave that in there for a bit. So put that on top and boop. So today I'm gonna do a few of my favorite fillings. We're gonna make a lamb one and we're going to make a 三鲜 one. Not 地三鲜, 三鲜. We're also gonna make a more traditional sauerkraut and pork one. This is how important pork is to us, by the way. When we talk about dumpling fillings, we never say 猪肉 usually. We just say 酸菜,白菜,韭菜. 我们默认了肉是猪肉. Right? Only when the meat isn't pork do we say it's something something beef, something something and lamb. We also have a 鸳鸯馅的. Oh. Yeah, which is beef and just two different kinds of meat. Yeah? For you guys, it means coffee and tea, right? So in goes some lamb. Here we have some saddle of lamb. Do you know where the saddle is? It's your deadlift muscle. 脊,就是脊. This has already been seasoned with cumin, salt, and sugar. When I say lamb, what do you guys think? The northwest central area. I also think of chili powder. I think of onions, and I think of carrots. So that's what's gonna go inside here. So here we have a little bit of Szechuan peppercorn, just to take away some of the sour. No, the funk.
Not sour.
Oh, salt. Yeah, sure. 5 spice. A little bit of chicken juice, a little bit of typical oyster sauce. That's pretty much it. You want to go really, really, really light on the liquid seasonings for this. And you want to go pretty heavy on the spices. Because remember, this is lamb we're dealing with, right? So you really want it to be pretty heavily spiced to get rid of some of those more pungent flavors. And another great thing about having a meat grinder is that you can just send your veg right through it. Do the same thing with our onion and just send it directly in there. Classicists are going to be asking a very simple question, which shouldn't you be stirring your filling in one direction? Only do it if you have PTSD from being yelled at, but otherwise, I don't see what difference it makes. Everybody wants to have that secret, that reason that their food tastes better. And when they don't have it, human beings start making shit up. And a lot of the time, unfortunately, the shit that they made up is really harmful. Food should not be terrifying. And unfortunately, the people who know how to cook, a lot of the times, without meaning to do so, make it terrifying for the people who don't. As long as you stir fast enough, you're going to emulsify the mixture. All right, and over here, we're going to break down our pork. So this is our pork, and we're going to save it for 2 different kinds of fillings. We're going to do 酸菜, and we're going to do 三鲜. It's actually funny. I want to say I don't actually talk like that, but I'm not sure that I don't talk like that. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what the fuck I sound like. You can do here. Chop it fine. Yeah, roughly the size of the grind of your pork. What's gonna happen is we're gonna make a spiced water. Star anise, peppercorns, essentially all the spices you need to make 5 spice. Some fucking oil. About that much, just like that. And it lives on the stove until it starts sizzling. Some more 5 spice. A little bit of shengchou, some lao chou, and some haoyou. Grab a piece of ginger and start peeling it, and then, you know, knock it into slices, then knock it into strips, and strips down into bits. If you're not an asshole like us, use a grater. Half of that goes in here. All right, let's do a little mix. My oil has finished. So yeah, these spices are nice and toasty now. A few ice cubes to cool it down, as well as give us the liquid we need for our filling. Salt, a little bit of sugar, some more chicken jus of our spiced oil water mixture. And then after we finish doing this, our mixture will go really nice and shiny. The 废话, all that fat, if it was shiny, 才怪呢. My dad just has the habit of pouring fucking oil into everything. And he does it like this, instead of using water. And when I asked him why, he said, shut up, that's how your grandma taught it to me. Sorry, that's how your grandma beat it into me. I think right now is a perfect time for us to look into what our dough looks like. So, this is the machine dough. As you can see, super nice and smooth. All right. And this is our not machine dough, which doesn't look nice and smooth. So once again, it doesn't really matter. You can make dumpling wrapper dough however the hell you want. As long as your ratios are right, you're gonna end up with a really usable product. That smoothness, I did not need it. I barely touched it. And it's smooth because we let it hydrate. Made its own gluten. So I'm just gonna put these two together because it doesn't make a difference to me. And it's gonna live here. And now I have a bowl to make my third filling with. 三虾. So it's literally an animal, a plant, and a seafood. 三虾. And the story is mostly the same. So we're gonna take our ginger. All right, shrimp. And we give these a rough chop in very, very small chunks. So medium fine dice. And in she goes. Perfect. Cool. I'm gonna go back to 5 spice because what the fuck else am I gonna do with my life? I can do a line of 5 spice. I can take a lot of 5 spice. Use our little strainer. This is dried shrimp that we've reconstituted in a little bit of hot water. Yeah? That goes in as well. You can go a little OTT with the oyster sauce just to kind of highlight the seafood a little bit. Let's do a little bit of white pepper powder in there just to cut through some of the seafood. In Asian food, I feel like it's pipe. In Western food, I feel like someone hates me personally when they put white pepper in my food. Now, in go some of our garlic chives. As I'm doing this, I'm getting a little bit of PTSD because when you slice up garlic chives for a filling, you don't want to be too fine or there's no texture. And my dad would be very, very particular about the dimensions of his garlic chives. I look forward to perhaps one day having my own person to bully and yell at. Well, I mean, I do, but you know. This is like 3 things that smell awful mixed together to smell good. Yeah. And you never mix this in until the very last minute because how it cool. Yeah. I'm gonna take our eggs and boop, 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 boop. Chop these very rough because as you mix it in, they will break up in the mixture. So you want it to be a little bit rougher now to account for the fact that the violence will break it up further later. In go our eggs. Perfect. All right, cool. We are pretty much ready to go. I'm gonna clean up a little bit here. I'm gonna lead these guys through a little bit of service, and then I'll meet you back here in a few hours for a midnight snack. Sound good? All right, talk to you guys soon. See you in a bit. All right, cool. Welcome back, guys. So unfortunately, we've already gotten started without you. It was fucking dead tonight, so we had time to have me fuck off and get a haircut while they got started. Got back, we watched them fuck it up for half an hour, and by we, I mean me and my northern colleague. I'll explain that in a sec. And I decided to get some inserts. So, what the fuck is this nonsense? What is this you?
Yeah.
You did this.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Go wipe your poo-poo. Shame. Shame. No excuse. Get the fuck out of my kitchen. Anyways, so I'm gonna walk you through some basic tips and tricks, how to wrap, how to fill, and also how to start from dough and turn it into your own skins. These are store-bought skins. You can get them from any Asian greengrocers. I personally choose not to if I have the time or a choice. Because when I make dumplings, it's probably because I miss my dad, or I miss my uncles, or I miss my cousins. If there are no emotional attachments for you, buy them. They taste fine. Yeah? Find a brand you like, find a supplier you like. Support a local business. There's always going to be a really dusty side and a less dusty side. You want the less dusty side facing up. At which point, you get a spoon of your filling. If you are a reasonable human being, dollop on a ball of filling about half the diameter of your skin. That's the rough measurements. If you're a greedy cunt, you can add a little bit more. Dab a little bit of water, do a little half circle around the outside diameter, fold 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock, and what you want to do is hug the side of your dumpling with the crotch of your thumb and index finger, creating a fold and squeeze. And you have what we call a little pangda, a little fatty. This is the dumpling of every northern family. 挤出来的，捏出来的. Yeah. If you folded the little wrapper one fold at a time, you are what we call a faggot.
Really?
No, not gay. Nothing wrong with being gay. You're a fag, right? Because you're taking too long, you're getting in the way of everybody's dinner, and no matter what you do. Everything you do is wrong in a northern family when it comes to dumplings. But that's part of the process. Getting yelled at by your uncles and aunties, talking shit back and forth. It's part of the process. So enjoy it. Don't take it personally.
再给我包一个。
拿过来，
再给我
拿过来。那蓝带第一包的饺子，蓝带的。
So essentially, I wasn't lying when I said that as soon as any northerner touches dumplings, they have to start talking shit immediately. He was busy. He stopped being busy just to come here and talk shit. He's not even good at this.
这就像他妈片汤，这他妈一煮都他妈漏。
这是预制菜，你懂个劲儿，这是意面，一煮就变成又是酱又是面条了，多好！
你看，兄弟，再教你一遍，这个手
你预制菜做的很好，锅，你酸菜猪肉馅的意面多好啊，一煮又是酱又是面条。
这包的饺子我自己能吃，是不是？
可以，
对啊，
也只有你自己吃。
那你要就是那
是我这么跟你说吧，你这么包饺子的话，假设咱们一家人的话，我还得单独给你起一锅水。还真得搞隔离，我跟你说哈。
我没有品明白，我刚刚包的跟你这个有什么区别？就是它那个下面会
区别是它词汇量比你好一些。就是他骂的响，他骂的难听。
你先把。
That's the difference. He talks better shit than you. No one talking shit about you. That means no one loves you.
你听懂我说啥没？
We're gonna go hungry if this keeps up. Okay, here's the magic, right? Through all this shit talking, we have enough food for the 4 of us to eat. It's a process. There's a reason we do this, you know, at least once every couple of months. Reminds me of being a kid again. What are you laughing at? 饺子 is serious business. You have to talk shit with a serious face. Over here, I have half of the dough that we made earlier. As you can see, you're folding it in, folding it in, folding it in until you get a nice tight ball. This is the texture of dough that you want. All right, that's gonna live there for a bit. All right, cool. So now that your dough is nice and rested, what you wanna do is unrest it. Fold it in until it's nice and tight. Dig a hole in there, make a fat donut, grab a handful of flour, disrespect your dough, and start rolling and turning, rolling and turning. Now you want to squeeze it out. You're not pulling it out, you're squeezing it out. Make sense?
Bagel top.
Nope. No. Bagels are twisted into place. Yeah. You only make a bagel like this if you're not a Jew or you're lazy. Now, grab, tear, and you have separated your donut into a strip. You essentially want a log of dough twice the diameter of your thumbs. This is, without a doubt, the hardest part of the process. It's called 揪记的. 记的 would be little balls of dough. Take your hand that you're holding the dough in, which should be your offhand, cusp it with your fingers, choke it like you're choking a chicken, but then move your thumb to the other side. Grab your hand almost in a, like as if you're counting to 1, but curl the 1 in, open your thumb up a little bit, shove the head of dough into this little opening you've just made. squeeze with your offhand, and cut with the thumb on your dominant hand. And you've just made a piece of dough that has a top and a bottom. Once you press down with your palm, you can create a perfectly round little shape that you roll into a lumpy in the center, thin on the outside skin. Did you understand that explanation?
Verbally, yeah.
Verbally is enough. That describes most of our viewers. Like, I would love it if there was some enthusiastic white guy from San Francisco watching, but it's most likely our Taiwanese friends.
不会做到。
I know, they'll just go out and buy it because we're actually Chinese. This is the second hardest part of this entire process, rolling out the skins. You want to hold your dough between your thumb and your middle finger on your off hand. Your dominant hand works with the rolling pin. You're only using the edge of your rolling pin, yeah? With your middle finger in the middle of the dough, on the bottom of it, you roll the rolling pin up to your middle finger, and then you turn clockwise. You end up with a skin that's lumpy in the middle, thin on the edges. I'm just trying to make this sound harder than it actually is. This is a very easy process. Take dough, flatten it the fuck out, and put stuff inside. If you're like a fan of Joshua Weissman or whatever, just fucking roll it out with a pasta roller and use a ring cutter. I don't care.
到底是跟谁学的包饺子？
Huh? Oh, 你以为会有人教你啊? No. There's no one going here. Let me show you how to.
Okay.
Fuck no. In a northern household, nobody teaches you. You have to absorb through observation. You just sit there and eat aggravation and stress and insults to the face until one day you wake up and you're good at this. But the thing is, no matter how good you are not allowed to say you're good until the person that was good before you is gone. For example, my dad, for every day of his life, would never forget to let me know that my饺子are shit. But now he's not here anymore, so it's my turn to find someone else to bully. I'm gonna find a new person. If I ever have a daughter or a son, my job is to tell them that they're awful at life. Just sit there, you're a piece of shit. No one wants you. 饺子包成这样找不到对象的. No one wants. Like, that's how you make good food in the north. While my entire crew is in full manufacturing mode, I'm gonna wrap this video up because I feel like we've been bullshitting enough, right?
Yeah.
You have any more questions for me or no?
No.
Yeah, you don't really want to hear me talk anymore, do you?
Yeah.
You're kind of done? I'm done too. You think I fucking like talking to you? No, bitch. All right, you want some? Cool. We're gonna do a few signs here. We're gonna grab your retarded ones. Yeah, no, there's no fucking way I'm eating this.
Like this?
Here,
Oh,
here, go,
this?
go, go.
No,
You can have.
no.
Anyways, rolling boil, in they go. Boop.
你咋来呀？干啥的？你是这么想，对你好的人才会跟你说实话，对你不好的人都哭。哎，这饺子包真好，哎，你包慢慢包，这饺真的越包越好，这饺子，你看，说对不对？
Yeah,
没皮儿啊，没皮儿啊。
sure.
你是哪里人？浙江人不会包这种手艺吗？
So stressful. You know why this food is always going to be really, really important to me? Once my dad flew to the other side of the world during Chinese New Year's without a bag or any luggage. He got stopped at the border and they asked him, why the fuck are you traveling so light? And why are you only here for one night with a return flight? 过年了，来陪我儿子包饺子。The sweetest thing that person has ever done. He was just in time. White people chopsticks. This is one of those times I wish I actually had chopsticks, I'll be honest. Come on. Careful. Careful. 烫哦，真胖。
这边吃三鲜的。
还是三鲜的好吃。I've talked enough shit tonight. Don't forget to comment, link, subscribe. Helps with the algorithm, and it helps me get in touch with people who might actually find this interesting. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you around. 来个不？啊？Good night, guys. 包怎么样了？